This is your daily market review for Tuesday, June 25th, 2024. Let's go.
Hey everyone, this is my channel to help investors and traders develop a probability-based mindset to succeed. Also try and keep friends informed of what's going on in the markets and the economy, and also a little real estate content as well.
This is Dan Max at eXp Realty, aka the Trading Agent. Is your daily market review for Tuesday, June 25th, 2024. Let's get into it. All right, as we talked about over the weekend, recap. The market should probably be choppy here the next 2 or 3 days. You have GDP data on Thursday. You got PCE and personal income and spending, and it's also the last day of the quarter in the month. Are you surprised by some bounce today? No, not at all. Again, I expect it to be choppy. Pick your names. It looks like there seems to be this kind of dynamic where certain names go up some days and then certain names go down, and it's like they're kind of a bifurcated. It's like today when tech's up, banking's down, IWM's down, D is down, gold's down, and then the days that's the opposite, tech is down, but all those things seem to be catching some money. So going into the end of the quarter, end of the month, please, ten cuidado. So, new to trading, check out the Discord room, link description below. Please send me any email, phone, call, whatever, Calendly link if you want to chat. Here to help. Telling you, use these links. How can I help you? Whether you're looking to buy, sell, invest in real estate, need help learning how to trade, setting up some things, I got you. Also follow on the Twitter, always posting the trades. Posted a bunch earlier, so always something going on, right? Always something going on. Let me get it. No, why is it like, yeah, here you go. Headlines are scary. So what do we expect now? Well, again, just be careful going to the rest of the week. Discord room, y'all know what to do with it. Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Sorry, I got distracted. If you have any, again, need help, education everywhere, website, recommended reading, all sorts of fun stuff. So we know going into the rest of the week, there's really a lot of potential energy, in my opinion. The market's starting to chop here, blowing out. I mean, again, I'd be mind-boggled if NVDA hasn't peaked. And when I say peak, I mean no more new highs. Now, that doesn't mean we can't chop around and play games, but no more new highs. We know going into the July meeting, there's no expectation of a cut. The only way that you're going to get a cut is if the market starts melting down, and I mean melting down. Bitcoin held support. Congrats again. If you're trading this stuff, people are always like, "Oh, Bitcoin's not technical." I'm like, dude, it's like literally probably one of the most technical things out there sometimes. It trades very, again, there's aberrations where it'll have like long wicks, but if you're trading ranges and trend ranges and just again, you're not defining trading like swing points by like bringing a ruler and going, it has to hit 61,938.2. No. Then you see it for what it is. Oil, we talked about it, oversold, bouncing. We have to refill the SPR. I just don't see how it gets, again, when the market pulls back, they throw the baby out the bathwater. Again, that's why I'm a big fan of commodities long term, but I will not be trading them long now. Again, I know some people have, and again, you can trade around if you're comfortable, but personally have no desire. Man, still got this congestion from the stupid summer cold going around. Probably COVID 3.0. But anyway, watching natural gas, again, I like it long term. If you see a one handle, hit me up. Because again, I think the thing that's obvious about natural gas, there's not much downside. It's just what are you going to do near term? Dollar holding up. We talked about the end of the dollar pair, petrodollar with Saudis. TLT. Keep telling you guys, watch this 94 level. Again, I anticipate rates going lower potentially at some point. And if they do, you're looking to make a move. You're looking to buy a house. You need to do something. Telling you, have your searches set up. Have your agent in place. Let me help you out. Again, I'm begging you to get prepared. Even if you don't do a single darn thing, have it all set up in case you want to make a move. If you don't do it, man, you're going to be so regretting it trying to scurry in. And again, I'm sorry to interrupt, but if you will not set this up and then all of a sudden you jump in when everyone else is jumping in when rates start moving down, in my opinion, the economy slows faster than they expect. Again, because rate hikes have a 6 to 9 month lag time. If you don't have a good relationship with the realtor, they might punch you off onto someone else, or you might only be able to work with some, I don't know, just low grade, low quality. It's like lawyers, doctors, any profession. They're not all the same. Find the best, work with the best, build a relationship. Holler at your boy. VIX, talked about this, not surprised, chopping around. The VIX, has already bottomed. It's just, to me, it's like a matter of when. SPY, posted 8 and 10 days seem to be holding tight. Keep an eye on it. This gap is interesting because I'm going to be concerned about if there's a gap. I have a feeling there will be a gap Thursday or Friday. keep that in the back of your mind. So trade accordingly. Remember, the first direction is a trap. So if you close uppish, I think the gap will be down. QQQ. Same thing, 8 and 10 day, IWM. Oh, laggy. We talked about this. I mean, you have to keep an eye on this stuff. And the more it lags, the bigger the issue. DIA, again, the DIA has been, leading up for not for years, but for the last 20 months or so. Now it's topping out, getting stuck here. Again, keep an eye on it. Gold, again, I love gold long term, love silver, love the miners. They usually have a seasonally July run, but it's looking questionable. And again, get to the end of the quarter, see what happens when it gets down here to the 211. If it holds, maybe it does bounce. If not, just leave the stuff alone. Again, the best time to buy this stuff will always be when the Feds pivot and they start flushing the liquidity in hard. Silver, again, not confirming strength. GDX, talked about if you bought the dust, you're kind of flatlining, but is what it is. And there's better trades, obviously. GDXJ, same thing, chopping around. AEM, we like this one long term. It's been holding up pretty darn well, but now we got all the moving averages converging, turning down. AG, like this thing should be liquid fire, nitrate, liquid death, liquid whatever you want to call some superlative. It should be rolling up. Looks like crap. Something's wrong with it again. Someone knows something. Newmont, same thing. Newmont just seems to be stuck. But if it can clear the mid to low 40s, then maybe it has a run. But if it doesn't, just leave it alone. Pass. It's been holding up pretty well, but chopping around. Taiwan Semi again. These things got beaten near term. Not surprised. Right? First dip should get bought. It's just how deep. Thought maybe the 20 day. Nope. I'd be watching this 175 area. Micron has earnings tomorrow after the close. Be careful. I mean, this feels like a top. But here's the best case scenario if you're a bear. I'd love to see it pop back up and then get shredded. That would be my, play of the day if it happens. But if not, I'll just watch. AMD again, stuck. I mean, this is just painful for the bulls. NVIDIA, we talked about it. Again, probably going to do for a bounce after it goes down 13% or whatever off the highs. 8-10 day. Maybe some gap fills. I don't know. Again, if you bought the NVDS, you probably sold some out of the money covered calls. Congrats. Especially if you get the ones that end this week, quarterlies, or the monthlies, quarterlies. Again, I still think this is coming back down to the 50-day. Post split, again, there's just like little known lore. Little known lean in. I can't tell you. Typically after 10 for 1, 8 for 1, 5 for 1 splits after names that have gone on big runs, they typically come back to the 50 or 100-day moving average. Because again, remember, if they've been on big runs, the 200's way the hell down here. So it's one of these two. Shh, I didn't tell you that. I did. Trade it accordingly. Be careful. Or not be careful, but be patient. SMCI. We'd like trading this name. You can watch the 20, 50 day. If it holds, it could bounce. Intel. I was just joking in the Discord. I'm like, I can't believe people are talking about buying this thing. I mean, relatively speaking, if it holds here, great. But I don't know why you'd be in a rush to buy it. I don't know. SMH just seems like it's stuck. It holds in the 20 day. Not surprised. Adobes. I like this one for the short, but I want to see it get below the 100 day and close below it. Apple popped, gave it all back at the close. The thing is toast. Look at this candle. Look at this blowout. Look at this volume. It just seems obvious. Amazon, there's a potential trade here, but we'll see. Again, when you look at the value on this thing, you could argue it's due for a big move if it could get through this. If it doesn't, it's like everything else, down, right? Meta, I was noticing this one is holding up pretty well today. I'll be watching that 515 area. CRM got crushed on earnings. Crushed. Now we talked about oversold bounce. All right. Maybe 50 day. I don't know. It's just one of those ones where you trade what you got to trade. People were jumping into Google here, breaking out. I saw that today and was like, okay. No, just keep an eye on this little range here. I know this is kind of gets a little dirty here. But I don't know. It's again, if you took this trade, congrats. Just roll up your stops. Again, I don't trust the market. Microsoft, some people talking about maybe double top. Yeah, I don't know. It's just chopping around. NDAQ, we talked about this one, has no love. Just to me a matter of time when it gets cooked. MicroStrategy, since Bitcoin held, you could have played the upside. And again, if Bitcoin has a little more upside, shit. We probably got another 100 points, 200 points in it. Just keep that in mind. Netflix has been holding up pretty well. Pulling back at the end of the quarter. Not surprising. I mean, it's a pretty solid couple week run. Just keep an eye on it. Roblox, we talked about this one going nowhere, just chopping around after it bounced. Okay, same thing. Pan W, again, is it going to break out? Break out. Oh, keep an eye on it. Tesla 100-day. And this is one of those things where it's like, I wouldn't be surprised if it just plays this game or it just goes nowhere and it just pisses everyone off. They're talking about such big future, but again, I mean, that's how Elon makes his money. Hyping. Well, when's the hype bought? I don't know. Maybe this is your time. Insight, again, I like this company. I think they will get bought out some point as a mid-cap. Pharma, looks like it's basing to get up into the 60s. Mid-60s, and then could play around. Any major pullback, watch it. McDonald's got that bounce, giving it back. Watch 250. I mean, keep it simple. DKNG, we told you. I said betting's over. Baseball, basketball, it's all over. Now I was talking about college baseball, college sports. I think, and again, ESPN's rolling out their own betting stuff. Oh my God. Good luck. Airbnb holding up, chopping around. I mean, gap down on earnings, 50-day. I mean, this is a very important reference. Like if you want to, again, set your alarms, watch it. Do you have to trade it? No, but if it plays out in a certain way, you could trade it. I mean, this thing is basing for a bigger move, in my opinion. It could be down, especially with the housing stuff. I'm reading some stuff about Airbnbs that are scary. Costco, chopping around. We talked about Starbucks. How it's just been doo-doo, gaps down, chops, talked about the 50-day, and it's just compressing under it. If it breaks over, it could set up a bull trap, in my opinion, then the next down move. But I keep reading how people are like, oh, you got to buy this for the long term. FedEx up at 296 after hours. Let's see what what's the dilly? What is the dilly? Okay, they guided up. Oh, okay, and their range is not really much higher. Okay, beat. Yeah, I don't know. Worth a watch. I told you guys I'd be watching this. So you got 296 up here. Doing this on the live, on the fly. Keep an eye on it because I think this might be one of those ones that pops and flops. Caterpillar, and I mean it might not be after hours, but next couple days. Talked about this one leading or chopping down, oversold. Watch the 20-day. Nucor down $4. I mean, this is sad. I mean, it gets it back up. X finally broke 36. Again, I mean, I like steel. We've talked about this. I know there's a buyout target at some price. I just let these things come in. VALE, we talked about this. Another one, just these commodity names, just let them get thrown out. Arrow, we like this one a lot. Copper. CCJ, again, we gotta like nuclear. Told you, it scares the crap out of me when Goldman's upgrading the highs. CF, again, we like ag names, but they just gotta come on down. Hosea, come on down. Chopping around. We talked about this one actually having a little bit of a potential bounce. I mean, this thing has been kind of just slow death. So if it does bounce, I'm not surprised. NTR, same kind of thing. AA had a nice run. We love aluminum. Talked about it being oversold. Look what it did. Bounced 4 days, right up to the 20-day. 50 days holding. XLF, we talked about this one being a trap. Feels like it. Watch this area in the mid 41s. JP Morgan, again, if they're not buying back their own stock, Diamond's telling you something. Look at that wick today. Keep an eye on this. Morgan Stanley Morgan, oversold near term, right? Okay, chop. Bank of America, chopping at the highs. I mean, this one's interesting to me because I think there might be a trade here. If you buy puts, just buy time. I feel like you can define your risk pretty good here. Goldman Sachs, and if you got your Marcus account, you're feeling pretty good. Man, this one's got a 2-day. I mean, you got this range at 463. That's what I'd be watching. Carry, we talked about juniors. Ugh, zoom out. They just look so bad. So bad. If you zoom even further out, you get even more scared. Ooh, that's a little too much for comfort. Right? Markets near all-time highs, and junior banks are just turd. Something's wrong, man. I'm telling you guys. XBI, Now again, if money rotates, maybe they buy these, but then tech would, to me, would come down. Here's a risk on play again. Junior bio is all tech dependent. Nothing, right? Nothing. XHB, and we talked about the housing index not gonna be so hot. Look at this. Uh-oh. Tomorrow's numbers could really kind of tweak this out. Keep it on it, because then you could come right back to the 200-day, in my opinion. Oh, good old solar, my favorite sector to just crap on. Right, we talked about it. Look at the pops. Gives it right. Man, it's just bad. Sedge. Man, we talked about 300. If you shorted this one, man, today might be, and I posted this, today might be the day to cover. Look at the volume. Not saying they're going to get bought out, but I mean, if you're a short, you're like, oh, I'm going on to something easier. Going on to ENPH or First Solar, maybe. Look at this. Oh, talk about once it broke the trend. Oh, oof. First Solar. Congrats again. This one is a wild beast, but it makes sense to me. I mean, I'm AI for solar. It's like AI for everything, guy. But Ask Jeeves works for solar. Sorry. Corporate debt. I mean, you got to be crazy to buy an HYG. I mean, I'm kind of on record saying this, and it's just going nowhere. Oil bounced, chopping around. Again, there's geopolitical risk kind of swirling in the background. Good luck with that. UNG again. I don't like the UNG. I like the cold. KOD. Like, that's why I live in Colorado. I like the cold. No. Let this bounce. Then it's a short. XOP had a nice bounce yesterday, but again, oversold going into end of quarter. Of course, people might be buying a little bit. Talk about this, just kind of slowly chopping down. ExxonMobil. Again, nice little run. I don't know if I would really do much now. The zone is kind of importante. CVE, man, this name is, we talked about. It's a good one. It failed 21s. Valero, man, we talked about the gasoline names. Okay, cool. Chopping around. MPC, chopping around. Right, chop, 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 chop. Occidental. It's an Occident. No, Buffett's buying stock, but he's selling the covered calls. He's selling the puts. I'm telling you guys, he's trying to load up as much stock as he can to get paid the dividend, but he's also collecting dividends every month, selling options, and people don't understand that. He is the covered call king. Google it if you don't know what I mean. EQT, again, we like this one. It's in a big base pattern. I'd love to see 28s. Last but not least, Flex, LN Jizzle, right? Here you go. I think we'll be natural gas exporters. This is a big baser. It's got a 10% dividend. All right, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. Use the Calendly link. Let me know how I can be a service to you. If you're looking at real estate stuff, please reach out to a professional. Do not just call Uncle Joe, your neighbor Jimmy, or your Aunt Sally. Talk to someone who knows what's going on, because it is not easy out there. And I'm going to be honest with people. I'm not going to tell them what they want to hear. I'm going to tell you what the freak is going on, because I don't have commission breath, as they call it. So have a great evening. Talk to you soon.